In this video, we're going to look at a very interesting puzzle problem. This is actually one of the interview question that in Goldman Sachs. Let's look at the problem. 20 squares lined together labeled as 1, 2, 3, all the way to 20. So see the following graph. There are 20 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way to 20 lined together. There is one token in each of the first 3 squares. There's a token here, token here, token here. Only 3 tokens. And you and I play a game and taking alternating turns. So during this game, there's player 1, player 2, player 1, player 2 taking turns, moving the tokens forward. And we want to move forward. You take a turn, taking a token, and you want to move forward. And in here, the forward means that going from 1 to 20. This direction is forward direction. You cannot take a token and backward. With the following rules, in every turn, player has to move only 1 token forward. So you take 1 token, you can move forward, and you cannot go backward. Token can only be moved to an unoccupied square. So you take this token, for example, I can move here, or I can move here, or I can even move all the way to 20. As long as it's forward and unoccupied, that's fine. But you cannot take 2 and move to 3 when 3 is still there. But once the 3 is moving out, of course, you can take the 2 move there. And also, it allows jump. So the 1, you can take token 1 and move all the way to 4, move all the way to 20. So as long as it's moving forward, and as long as it moves to an unoccupied square, it's a legal move. So these 2 things are the legal moves. And only every time you have to take 1 token, you have to do something. And the last player who can still move wins the game. Okay? Because as you're moving forward, it's very clear that at a certain point the game will stop, because the tokens will, in the end, will be occupied at 18, 19, and 20. The tokens will be here. And then no one can move, right? So whoever makes the last move wins the game. Now, the question is, if you have a choice, do you want to be the first player or the second player? And why? So this is the problem. I spent quite some time to explain the problem, because it's actually, just to understand the problem, it's not so trivial. So take some time. Actually, I think that this problem can take you maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or you can also discuss with your parents about this problem. It's really worth the time of thinking this. Okay, take your time, think about it, and once you are ready, come back to watch the video, continue video. Now, assume you have thought about this. Let me give you some hint. I'm not actually going to describe the solution here. I welcome you to describe your ideas on the WeChat group to see who can get this problem. So hint number 1. Think simple cases. There are actually 2 dimensions of simple cases. One is you can reduce the number of squares you worry about. So for example, if there are only 4 squares and you have 3 tokens, who is going to win the game? Okay, so dimension 1. or actually one route of thinking, the A route of thinking is reduce the number of squares. So you think about 4, 5 squares, and 6 squares to see if you can do all the moves and to see who is going to win the game. And even this is not a trivial problem. And I hope you can do this and find a pattern. The route B, think about the simple cases, is actually reduce the number of tokens. If there's only one token and you are playing this game, you want to be the first player or the second player all the way to 20, okay? You have one token. If there's only one token, and of course you say, this problem is trivial. Of course I want to be the first one. I move this one all the way to 20, I'm done. Okay, so let's look at something less trivial. How about 2 tokens? Again, there are 20 squares. Do you want to be the first player or you want to be the second player to play this game? And how about there are 19 squares instead of 20? So this again is kind of a combination of route B and route A. Hint 2. After you think about the simple cases, try to generalize. A different way of saying this is, from the simple cases, can you build from 2 token to 3 token, 1 token to 2 token, stuff like this. And once you can generalize, I hope you can solve this problem.